Geez, I can't even get that right. There we go. Drink up, me hearties, yo ho. Have that coffee, even if it turned dark red. Because it's time for another coffee with Brent. And man, I have like so many things I could tell you about. I'm just going to try to shoot through them all really fast. Yesterday, so I've gotten sloppy over the time of the lockdown, working from home. I used to dress up. Yesterday, I was sitting out here on this beautiful deck, and I had my feet kind of locked under the chair behind me, and I slid my foot forward, and I got a splinter in my big toe. And yeah, first world problems, I know. Give me a break. But that thing hurt, and I'm at that age where, I can't quite cross my legs enough to reach around and actually see the splinter. So I had to wait for my wife to get home and help get it out. And it was, let me see if I can find something that would approximate the size, because I want you to see, hang on just a second, we're going to do this. Wait, will you see this? Can you even see this? Where's the, okay. So not, like about that big, all right? We good? You see that? About that big. And I was like basically just debilitated. I, you know this. There's a lot of receptors. God put a lot of receptors in our fingertips and our toe tips. And so we feel it, right? But it's amazing how something so small can really be just have a disruptive factor. Now, I want to point out something. Could have avoided that if I just worn shoes. Got the shoes on today. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who've been keeping track, that is an orange Band-Aid that I put on it. And this morning, I looked down when I was in the shower, and I thought, oh my gosh, I painted my toenails again. So if you don't know about that one, search through the archives of Coffee with Brent about that mistake. So, lesson learned, right? Little things can be avoided. The second thing I want to talk about is this, and it's hokey, but when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, right? So that's kind of a cliche. It seems like something you'd see in a kung fu movie or whatever. I read, I can't tell you what it was. I was reading the scriptures this morning, and I read in the Psalms, and there was an element to what I read in one of the Psalms, and I'm sorry, I'll try to look it up before I post this, and I'll put the scripture in the notes below. That it says there, here it said, lift your heads, O gates, and lift up your eyes, walls. He's talking to like the city of Jerusalem, basically anthropomorphizing them. And it says, and then the Lord will come. So it does this twice, and I thought, wow. So it sounds like God's not going to come until this thing happens. And then like I was doing this little devotional Bible study thing too, so a separate little thing, and it really pointed out that like we have to be ready to listen. So we, and I think that's true. Again, I don't know where you're coming from, but I think that's true. We will not be ready to learn lessons until we're ready to learn. We won't learn lessons until we're ready to learn lessons. All right? So lessons cannot be foisted upon us through the course of our life. We have to be ready. We have to be looking for what those lessons are. And those are the third thing is this. So like I said, it's a busy day. A lot to recap. So I woke up this morning terrified. It's 5 o'clock. Now, I used to get up earlier, but I've been sleeping in. So 5 o'clock, I woke up and I had this terrible thoughts. We're about to move to this apartment in another city. And one of the things that we were told is, all right, well, this unit, it needs, it has to be updated. It doesn't have the new flooring and the new countertops and stuff like that. So the people move out the end of April. We need the first 3 weeks of the month of May to get updated. And I had this horrible thought, like, what if we get there and because of coronavirus lockdown, it wasn't done? So I was so disturbed like this, because there's been some things that haven't been going our way. I'll just be honest. And I was like, if that happens, that would be like the last straw. It would just be so miserable. So I got up and I went online and I was trying to find the address who I need to to write to, send an email to. And I said, and I don't even know, honestly don't know what made me do this. So they have a list of vacant apartments. And the building that we had signed the lease for, that's not the building we wanted to be in. We wanted to be in this other building. It was closer to some wooded area. That's what we wanted to stare at, not more apartments. But we've been waiting, and and we went ahead and signed this other lease because it's supposed to be like a 60-day notice. So they were supposed to call us if a similar unit came open in another building, and so for whatever reason, I just went on and I decided to look at what the available apartments were. And there I saw the building we wanted to be in, the very same apartment number as the building that we were in. So I knew it's exactly the right unit because I looked at the square footage and the price and everything. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how did this happen? They were supposed to call us. If there was at least a 60-day notice or at least a 30-day notice, they should have told us about this apartment. So I was like, it's not my best self because I was stressed. So I wrote a letter. I was nice. I was like, this is critically important. This is what we wanted. We said this when we, filled out the lease information, the application. This is what we wanted. Can we please change it to, this building? Long story short, we could. So we were really excited about that. The point is, we kind of stepped out. We said, look, we'd like to wait if we can, because we'd like this, but if not, we'll go for this other thing. We went for the other thing, but I wasn't done looking. Now, if I didn't look, I'd never know that apartment was open. But I looked because I didn't give up. And I think there's a lesson that you don't give up just because you face some adversity. Keep looking, keep trying, keep asking, and maybe things will work out, and you'll get the thing that you're really hoping for. So I don't know what it is you're hoping for. I hope it's something good that will help you to be the best person that you can possibly be, and be everything that God has in mind for you. So that's it. That was like 3 little lessons today. I'm not a teacher. 3 little observations, okay? Just observations from my life, some things that have happened. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow, okay? Bye.